does she need to do to keep from fouling?
Yeah, so fouls, I think, typically occur when you're, out of position or being undisciplined as a defender. And that's true for all of our players, not just Jaden. And so for us, what we really emphasize is, like, be in the right spot, be where you're supposed to be. Because think about it, if you're not in the right spot and then the ball goes somewhere, you're like, oh, shoot. And then you try to get in the right spot and then you foul somebody. Mm-hmm. That's how it works. And so it's really important for us, we try to work on all of them being in the right spots. And, you can see Jaden's abilities when she's in the right spots. She's a wonderful defender. She's very versatile. She can guard, multiple positions on the floor. And her rebounding last night was a difference maker for us. Her scoring against the zone, her finishing ability, along that baseline is something that we want more of. We want to continue to put the ball in her hands to make plays. So, it was nice to see her not be saddled with the foul trouble that she was or in our other game last week and be able to play more minutes.
Kirby, who's in the audience tonight, in the second half of Notre Dame, did not contain number 3 like we contained the other shooters, notably on Virginia Tech, and shut down that player. What was the biggest difference?
Oh, we just had missed assignments, and we just didn't, and I thought the turnovers too. Mm-hmm. I thought they got some, they scored 23 points off the turnovers. So when we turned it over, they got out and running. So you're not even having a chance to guard somebody off of turnovers or get them caught kind of in the web of your half-court defense if they're running fast break the whole time. So I thought we just gave them too many opportunities in the fast break.
Now, 2 questions about the same thing, and I'm surprised we only have 2 questions about this. One, where did you get that gorgeous pink suit that you wore last night? And the other one, not a question, just a compliment on the sideline outfit last night. Will this be a new trend?
No. No. Here's what happened. I remembered like 2 days ago or 3 days ago that I had a pink suit in my closet that I had never worn. Mm-hmm. Because, as you all know, sports has gone more casual, since COVID. As you all recall, you've been around the program a long time. Every game used to be dressing up for all the coaches. And then it seems like after COVID, a lot of the leagues went more casual with their outfits, of which I love.
Mm-hmm. Same.
So I was great with that. So I was like, this is awesome. So I remembered I had this suit, and I was like, oh, pink game. So then I decided that I was going to wear it to do the pregame talk to the players, to just like make them think I was going to wear it, surprise them when I walked in the locker room. So that was the plan. So I walk in the locker room. It was like we won the ACC tournament. They were jumping around as what I was wearing and excited. And I did not expect that reaction, that excited. So then I told them, well, don't get too excited. I'm about to take this thing off. I'm not walking out there like this. We won't have to turn the lights on after starting lineups. So I'll just light up the whole camera. Right? So, and they're like, no, coach. No, you have to wear it. They were just really wanting me to wear it. And so then one of them said, all right, show of hands. Who wants coach to wear it? And then all the hands went up. So then I was like, oh, God.
How'd you do it?
Yeah, I was just planning on wearing the shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just planning on wearing the shoes and then dressing like everybody else. So then, thank you. See, that's how I wore it, because everyone was really excited. And then, so I did. And so then it ended up getting, very good reviews. So I was glad. I was not planning to do that until, 5-10 minutes before the game.
I got to ask, who was the player that was like leading the charge to be like, coach, you got to wear this?
Oh, there was a lot of them. Like, I don't understand what they say half the time, what it means. But they were saying adjectives that I think meant good things.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I'm not going to repeat them. They were good, but I was like, that must mean that I look good.
Sure.
It had to have meant I look good. And probably, I don't know, Reagan, Woody, Ashlyn, Alucci loves pink.
Oh.
It's her favorite color. She about passed out when I walked in. No, seriously, pink. Like, she loves pink. It's her favorite color. And she's very much into fashion. You know, Lucci is, if you don't, well, you wouldn't know that about her unless I tell you.
That's right.
She's very into fashion.
Okay.
Favorite color is pink. So she was just in a daze. That might be, maybe they weren't paying attention to the board. You know, but they were great. I mean, I think even if I looked bad, they would have just still made me feel good.
Okay. But this is it, like a one-hit wonder. Like, we're done with the suit.
I mean, never say never, but I mean, never say never. I mean, and then obviously, listen, you know, I had an opportunity to pregame. We did a reception for breast cancer survivors and those that are fighting breast cancer right now. And so I did not wear the pink suit to that, but I got a chance to speak. And you know, what an inspiring night. What an amazing, I know you all saw the halftime. I was back in the locker room, but to see so many women there that have fought the battle and won, that are continuing to fight the battle, was very inspiring. So when I looked at it through that lens, I was like, this would be a great thing to show support for those going through the fight.
And I think it's important, too, for the ones that have been through the fight to be recognized for their fight, too. I mean, on a personal note, it was great to have my mom there last night who had come through her breast cancer diagnosis.
Yeah.
So just really cool and overwhelming. And it's emotional, you know, when you think about it. And to our point earlier, like, sport can impact lives in so many different ways, and that was on display again last night.
Yeah, it was. And that's the thing about that game. So, yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. I could do a pink suit again, but I think just showing that this is, you know, we talk about this all the time at Duke. Like, we're so many things at Duke and so many things in Durham. Like, we're a university community, we're a medical community, you know, we're a diverse community. We have so many things that we should be really proud of to be here in Durham and be at Duke. And when you are a medical community, you know there's so many people fighting, you know, over there in the medical center, cancer and other terrible diseases. And so I think we're just more aware of that living here, or I feel like I am, because, you know, the hospital's right there. It's right on the edge of campus. I go to the hospital, you know, for checkups, and I go for things, and you see people, you know, going to their treatments, and you see people going to do those things. So it never really goes away from my mind, you know, as far as what people are dealing with in their life and that they're dealing with in their families, and how it can be challenging, you know, to go through those things.
Let's take a break. We'll come back to GRUB and have more with Coach after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
It's bow time. Sometimes the craving for Bojangles Supremes is so strong you just have them. Even when your gas tank is on empty and Bojangles is still 10 miles down the highway. Nothing beats the flavor of Bojangles Juicy Golden Supremes, especially when they're part of a perfect combo with 4 boldly seasoned chicken Supremes, a made-from-scratch biscuit, fixin', and some legendary iced tea. The only thing that can satisfy your hunger is that delicious southern flavor. So when the craving is supreme, put the pedal to the metal. It's bow time.
Have you checked out shop.duke.edu? Duke University's very own online store is where you'll find hundreds of items nobody else carries. We offer the only world that actually comes from Duke University. For unique designs, your favorite logos, and high-quality products, visit shop.duke.edu, where real Duke fans shop.
Going to hoist up a 3. How about it?
Women's basketball coach Kara Lawson. When it comes to keeping our team healthy, we turn to the team at Duke Sports Medicine. They offer full-service sports medicine care at locations the same experts used by Duke Athletics. Make an appointment or learn more at dukehealth.org/sportsmedicine. Go Duke.
The crowd will rise as one, and what a statement, and what a win.
Nothing beats a Fairway Green lawn. We're with Kevin from Fairway Green. Not too early to get going, is it?
Now's a great time to go ahead and start with your first application of pre-emergent crabgrass control. That's going to help control that summer crabgrass that you see in many yards. Also, broadleaf weeds, they're constant year-round, so now's a great time to control those. And not to mention, if you have a fescue lawn, it's a good time to go ahead and put down a nice fertilizer to help it recover from the winter stresses.
Thanks, Kevin. Nothing beats a Fairway Green lawn. Get started at fairwaygreen.com or 919-329-0095.
We're back at GRUB with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Carol Lawson, our final show of the season. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, Coach. Another audience question. Which fictional character would be the most fun to have as a friend?
Oh, man. I need time on this.
Sorry, I should have given you a heads up. That's on me. That's on me. You want to think about it? We'll come back to it? Okay, all right. How about this? We haven't talked about the newest member of the class that you just signed recently, Cambria, the 14-year-old, the Team Impact kid.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about that and what she brings to the program.
Yeah, Cam is an awesome young lady. We've had an opportunity, our players had an opportunity last summer to spend some time with her, and, you know, she's now a part of our team through Team Impact. And so we got to meet her family, her parents, her siblings. You know, she spent the day with us and got a chance to see what that's like being at college. And, you know, she's faced a lot. Speaking of facing adversity, she's, you know, a young woman that's faced a lot of adversity, you know, early in life, and just continues to, you know, face it head on, have an incredible attitude and incredible courage, you know, and so to add someone like that to our team, I think was good, and our players really embraced her.
Just a thought, if you can, on just Team Impact as a whole and the work that they're doing, helping those children facing those chronic illnesses and serious injuries with college athletic teams, and just the work they're doing and how impactful it is for everybody involved.
Yeah, I mean, if you've played sports before, you have an understanding of how awesome it is to be a part of a team and what it feels like to be on a team, and you know, how uplifting that can be. And so, you know, Team Impact wants all those kids to have that opportunity to feel that, even when they're going through, you know, their medical issues. They can still feel part of a team, and they can draw strength from the group. And so it's great. It's a relationship that I know our players enjoy and value, and it's great to just spend time with her, get to know her and her family. And she ate dinner with us. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Talk to me about Poppy and how Poppy's doing.
Poppy's doing well. She's still number one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, she jumped over everybody quickly. She's a fast starter. She's very sweet, very, very sweet. And come on over here. You can come over here. Or not. That's okay. And she's very sweet, doing well, starting to enjoy being in the gym. Mm-hmm. She really likes the ball, no surprise. So you have to get Poppy her own ball. If you don't, she will chase all the balls that are being shot by the players during the practice. So if you get her own, she doesn't bother them. But she'll look and see someone shooting threes, and she'll run and try to get that ball. So we could use her on defense.
She played some good defense I saw in the video yesterday.
Oh, come on.
No, you don't think so?
No, I had a layup. I just let her get the ball. Yeah, that wasn't. She can't get the ball from me yet.
Okay.
Maybe another month she might be able to.
Happy so far that's been able to get the ball from you by the time they were done?
No, only if I fumble it.
Okay.
But there's one. Dunn made it. Dunn was good.
Mm-hmm.
Dunn got close. Yeah, okay. Dunn was good.
A lot of sports talk about pace of play and like trying to fit into a window. Seems to me like our game doesn't have that issue. It seems like it fits nicely into the TV window. Do you think the quarter system is a big reason of that?
Well, they say that it is. You know, I guess the only comp would be the men's college game.
Yeah.
Does their games go longer?
Yes.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. But they also have the 1-and-1 versus just the 2 fouls as well.
Well, that would make it shorter then.
I think sometimes it makes it longer because...
Oh, because they have to wait 20 minutes or the rest of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we don't do halves.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it better.
Would you have liked this style of game better as a player than when you played? Because when you played, it was still 2 halves in college.
It was.
Yeah.
It was long. Yeah, I mean, I like this style better because everybody plays quarters. Mm-hmm. You know, if you play FIBA, you play quarters. If you go to a high school game, they play quarters. You go to NBA game, WNBA game, they play quarters. So, I mean, this is I think the right way to play. I
don't know if you've given this a whole lot of thought, but is there any changes you'd like to see implemented in the college game and our game to make it better?
I'm sure there are. I'd have to think about it. I like the rules that we have. I mean, for the most part. I mean, I think the main thing with coaches is you like the rules. You might not like how they're applied every game.
Sure.
But I think you usually like the rules.
Technology's been a big advancement in every sport. That's true in basketball as well. How has technology impacted the way you go about scouting opponents and even making adjustments at halftime with the technology that's available to your group?
Yeah, I mean, we can watch the plays right after they happen on the bench, on the iPad. So that's probably like the biggest, you probably see that during football games. They come off the field and they sit and they look at the iPad and see what just happened, and we can do that too. Our game is less segmented than theirs, though, and they have an offense-defense component, so their offensive players can sit and look at, whereas ours are still out there playing. But I do look at it during the game sometimes if there's something I want to pull up. I'll say, let me see that play and pull it up on the iPad, and then, we can look at them at halftime and things like that.
All right, we'll take another break. We'll come back with Coach and have more from GRUB after this on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
I feel happy, Valero Pay Plus app.
I feel happy, it makes savings a snap.
Use it and start saving automatically.
You just save some money, not too shabby.
I feel happy, I'm in and out real fast.
I feel happy, blast.
Download today and get in on the fun. Valero Pay Plus app, your savings have begun.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got your school covered. On ACC Radio, there's complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along online or on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now, as a college student, you can stream your first 3 months of SiriusXM for $1. Fees and taxes apply. See offer details and subscribe now at SiriusXM.com/ACC Sports.
A lot can happen between falling in love with a house online and owning it, between imagining living there and breathing in your new home for the first time. Having an advocate who can help you navigate the complex world of financing, inspections, negotiating, analyzing the market, and talking through any anxieties that may pop up, that can make all the difference. That's what the expertise of a Realtor can do for you. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and bound by a code of ethics, because that's who we are.
Back at GRUB with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Carol Lawson, our final radio show of the season. Coach, as we look ahead, kind of in the week that we're in, 3 games over a 6-day period, how do you balance the preparation versus the rest that your team needs as you head into each game this week?
Well, we just go a little bit less time on the days in between the games, so we're not in there as long. You have to get out there because you have to go through your game plan, but we're just not going to hold them in there as long as we would in a typical week. So we've just been mindful of that. It's really important. We're sharp mentally, we're sharp physically. So in order to do that, we have to just kind of lower the amount of time that we practice each day.
But I imagine this time of year anyway, practices are getting shorter, right? Because you're trying to save legs for the last bit of the regular season.
For sure. Practices get shorter, and, you have to... you have to do that in order to get the quality, I think, that you want. And the intensity we play with, how hard we defend, they have to have their legs.
I was looking at this today. Only one player on your team is averaging in the ACC, playing in top 15 of the ACC in average minutes played per game this season. So that's Mayer. She's the only one. How big is that to be able to save some of those legs by not playing everybody 30, 40 minutes a game throughout the course of the regular season?
I think it's just a function of the team that you have. That's not to say we would never play a player 35 minutes, but we've, with this young team, I think it's been really important to, for their growth, to be able to give them opportunities and be able to expose them to all the different environments. And so it's hard to play 1 minute and get better. You need to play. That's kind of been our strategy from the beginning. That doesn't mean we give any minutes away. They have to earn them, but we want to expose our young players to as many minutes as we can. One, because we feel like they can help us win, but two, because we feel like it's going to make us better in the future.
You know, a big theme of our shows this year has been about growth and the growth of this team. There are people here that have obviously watched the team play since game 1, now game 25, 26 this week. For those people who have watched every game, what do you hope that they take away from watching the team early in the season to seeing this group now?
I just hope they're encouraged by the progress and encouraged by what they see. I mean, I think if you've watched us all year, it's hard not to be excited about the future of our program. It's hard not to fall in love with this group, with how hard they play. And I just don't know that you can watch our team and not just really appreciate the effort, appreciate how hard they're trying to do things the right way. So that's what I would hope, that they would, our fans are proud of the effort that they give every night.
Perfect segue into this audience question we got. Does Kennedy Brown have another year of eligibility left, and who else can still be on the team next year that might have a post-year available, if anybody?
Oh, no, Kennedy, this is her last year. Kennedy and Camilla, both of their last years. We'll honor them next week in Virginia game for senior night. And then, obviously, next year we bring in 3 forwards in our 24 class. It was rated a top 5 class in the country. It's our second straight top 5 class, and you know, some really good young players in that class with some size and scoring ability, rebounding ability, defensive ability. So I think we're as a staff very excited about those young players next year.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about this class, and Joe, because we're not certainly sacrificing the rest of this season, but looking ahead toward next year, excited to see all those players who are putting up big numbers this year in Duke Blue and in Cameron next season.
Yeah, I mean, they're very talented. You know, we'll start with Janessa. She's out of California, Mater Dei. They're in the midst of California playoffs. Mater Dei is a really successful program out there. Great high school coach, great club coach. Her club team won the EYBL last year championship. Versatile scorer, kind of like an old school game. She's very skilled, tough, and I think she'll add a lot to our team. Ariana is, you know, 6'4.5", from San Antonio, Texas. Great length, great athleticism. Just a player that's continuing to improve. Like every time I watched Ariana, you know, she was better. You know, and I started watching her a couple of years ago, and just I'd go back and see her, and she improve a lot and improve a lot. I think her best is yet to come. She's talented. She's competing in the Texas state playoffs right now. They're the defending 6A champs. That's the highest classification in Texas. She led her team to the state championship in Texas last year. So we'll see if they can go back to back. And then Toby was our first commit of this class, and she's from Toronto, Canada. And most people probably seen her on YouTube or Instagram. You know, she's a dunker.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the thing that people, you know her for. She's a really good dunker, 2-hand, reverse. I mean, that'll be fun to watch. There'll be dunks in Cameron in women's games starting next year, which will be, I think, really awesome for the fans and for the students. And then, but that's not my favorite part about her. That's the part that she's known for, but she's an incredible competitor. Toughness, competes, flies around. That's my favorite thing about Toby. She loves to compete. You know, very accomplished. Both her high school team within Ontario, but also with her national team in Canada. She's had a lot of experience playing in World Cups and getting some call-ups to the senior national team as well. So, yeah, a lot to be excited about with those 3 coming in.
Season tickets.
Oh, I can't talk about that.
Season tickets, by the way, next year. We're all excited. 919-681-BLUE or goduke.com/tickets. If you'd like to go ahead and get your deposit in for season tickets next year, we would encourage you to do so and be there at Cameron all season long. Speaking of crowds, how incredible have the crowds been recently at Cameron to help propel this team each and every night?
Yeah, I mean, just building into February and the home slate that we had in February, just felt like the excitement continues to build. We have 2 more home games. You know, that we're excited about, and you know, anytime you play one of the crosstown teams, it's an awesome opportunity and an awesome atmosphere. So we're looking forward to that on the weekend.
How successful has the post-game mingle been for you and for your players again this year to interact with the fans after each home game?
Well, my biggest concern was that it's successful to the fans, that the fans like it. That's why we do it. For anyone that comes to the game to have access to our players, and whether it's especially the young kids, to be able to go up. If you think about you watch your young kid and you watch someone play, and when I was a young kid and I watched someone play, I would think, man, it'd be cool to meet them, so now like right after the game, you can just walk up to them. I think our players behave themselves, do they?
I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Yeah,
they're great people.
They are.
So I think that's really good, and I mean the responses I've heard from fans is how much they enjoy the access and being able to talk with our players and our staff every game. That's not normal for most programs. A lot of times it's a autograph table, one player a game or something like that, and we have our whole team available every night. I think just speaks to how accessible we want to be, to the community, and how much our players enjoy interacting face-to-face with the people that come support them.
All right, one more timeout left. We'll come back and wrap up the show with Coach after this from GRUB on the Blue Devil Sports Network from Learfield.
And we're back with the action. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an irresistible taste and zero sugar, Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any sports fan. So make sure you... Wait, Jim, I didn't mean try it right now. We're still on the air.
Best Coke ever? Take a taste, Jen.
Really?
No, not right now, Jen. We got a game to call.
Whether you're in the market for a new boat or just need service or accessories for an existing boat, turn to Overby Marine. Now with 2 locations in Kittrell and Lake Gaston, Overby Marine offers the highest quality marine products and services, including the latest from Sea Ray, Centurion, Avalon, Bennington, as well as Sea Pro Center Console. Overby Marine also offers the largest selection of parts in the region, along with full-service facilities at their 2 locations. So stop by or give them a call at 252-586-3593 or online at overbymarine.com. Overby Marine. Don't let adventure pass you by.
Duke fans know about excellence and achievement and the value of a Duke education. So when someone is injured and needs legal help, it makes sense to call the law offices of James Scott Farron, a statewide law firm managed by a Duke Law graduate. If you're injured in an auto accident or on the job, call on the Hurt Line, 1-800-HURT-LINE. The law offices of James Scott Farron, headquartered near Duke at 555 Mangum Street in Durham, North Carolina.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Back at GRUB with the head coach of the Blue Devils, Carol Lawson, wrapping up our radio shows again this year. Coach, we'll go back to it. I've given you some time to think. What fictional character would be the most fun to have as a friend?
Oh, so probably most people in the audience know this if you're older. My favorite show growing up, there was a character named Michael Knight.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called Knight Rider.
Yeah.
And he had a car named Kit.
Mm-hmm.
That he would call. And I had a Knight Rider big wheel.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I would ride that thing around the neighborhood, spin outs and stuff. And I used to pretend I was Michael Knight. So I think that's probably my choice.
I think it's a good choice.
Yeah. It was David Hasselhoff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But most people think Baywatch. when
Yeah,
they think
no,
him, but
Knight
he's
Rider.
Knight Rider.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. We won't have a chance to talk about the seniors again in a show setting. So as we get ready to honor Kennedy and Camilla next week, just a thought about them and what they mean to you in the program.
Yeah, I mean, they've been so influential in our team. Start with Camilla, just from the day she got here last summer, just being like a team mom to so many of our freshmen when they first got here, driving them around to Target and teaching them how to do things, because they didn't know how to do much on their own. And if they need a ride somewhere, going to get them. So just helping the younger players on our team just on board and have a good start to their college experience. She's just grown a lot. She didn't play last year because of injury, and so she's had to, really work to get her body back where it needs to be. And a lot of the work, you guys don't see, the hours that she puts in to get herself back healthy, to get stronger, to get faster, to adjust to playing, at a higher level. And she's done a great job of that. And on top of that, she's a really good player. Her defense, her block shots, her scoring ability, all of that. We're not where we are in the season without Camilla's contributions. Kennedy's obviously been with us for 2 years, and I remember recruiting her, and when she, was transferring, and she's very, when you don't know her, she can be understated in her personality, and she's just very intelligent and very funny, and just so many good characteristics that she has. I've really enjoyed coaching her. I've told you this before. She tells me what to do most of the time, and she's right. So I usually listen, and she's just a very smart basketball player. And I said this after the game, like there's a reason why we've had the best defense in the ACC for the last 2 years, and there's a reason why we've had one of the best defenses in the country the last 2 years. And most people pick the wrong reason, and the reason is Kennedy. It's Kennedy. It's always been Kennedy. Everyone wants to talk about other players and other people, and the real reason is Kennedy. I mean, think about our roster this year and last year, how different it is, right? Totally different. How is that possible? Kennedy. Yeah. Like, it's possible because she's our defensive anchor. She tells everybody where to go. She's in the right places when they mess up. She understands schemes at a high level. She teaches them how to do it. She's technically very sound. Like, she's such a high-level defender, and it's like it's so obvious to me, obviously, because I'm there every day. But to take two totally different teams and lead them to the best defense in the conference, I mean, that's an unbelievable accomplishment.
As we wrap up the show, we did it last week, but want to thank GRUB and Wendy and the staff here. They've been unbelievable hosts again this year. Love our relationship here, and thanks to everybody who has come to the show all 8 weeks that we've done it so far this year.
Yeah, it's crazy how these weeks fly by and the years fly by. I want to thank everyone for coming out each week. It's awesome to have you here and to show support of the program. Everyone that listens online, I know a lot of our parents of our players, they stay in tune and they watch online, and so thank you for that. My mom watches online every week. Hopefully she's hey Mom. So she critiques me.
Okay.
When she talks to me next.
Well, tell her that she can critique me too, like if she's got some critiques for me.
She doesn't have that much time.
Okay. It's a lot, Coach.
It's a lot.
As we wrap up, on a personal note for me, thanks for everything. Thanks for just everything, and great to be with you again this year.
Yes, we are a good team, Chris.
We are.
Yeah, so thank you for all your preparation for the shows, for our team, and we're lucky to have you.
I appreciate it. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll talk to you on Wednesday or Thursday from Syracuse. See you later. Bye.
Live from GRUB, you've been listening to the Duke Women's Basketball Radio Show. Our coverage of Duke Women's Basketball has been brought to you by Coca-Cola. They say Coke Zero is irresistibly tasty. Does that make it the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Blue Devils Sports Network.